Hello, welcome back to NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade. Ross Gordon joined by Terrell Dupree and our post-game Spartan partners player of the game, Rae Corbo, to my left. Norfolk State wins 76-75 in dramatic fashion. Terrell, we'll talk about the game as a whole. What a game tonight for Norfolk State, who struggled to start the ball game as North Carolina A&T jumped out to a double-digit lead at halftime, actually led by 12, 31-19, actually went up by 19 in the second half. But the Spartans showed resolve and grit to get back in this ball game, to send it to overtime, and then win it.
Not only that, a great amount of resiliency, Ross, that they had. We talked about it over on this end. Ray, we don't play ball, but we can see it over on this end. You were outmatched size-wise, but every time you would decide to go into the lane and penetrate, you and your teammates, you all would find a little seam. You would break them down. They couldn't defend you off the dribble. Once that turn started, once that tide turned, you get into the line. I mean, we saw the lead evaporate. We watched it.
As a matter of fact, in the second half, Norfolk State got back into the ball game with some good defense leading to offense. Norfolk State scored 16 points off of 18 turnovers for North Carolina A&T. The game went into overtime as Rae Corbo was the focal part of the offense, kept going to it, went to the free throw line 6 straight times to get into overtime, knocked down 2 free throws to get the extra period, and then the Spartans showed more grit in overtime as they were trailed by 4 and had to come back again.
Well, I'm actually more intrigued to find out from the senior herself what she had to reach down and find to rally her teammates. What were they saying in the huddle? I want to know exactly what the Spartans were saying to pull themselves back up. I'm more intrigued with what you had to do, Ray.
And we'll find out now as we welcome in our team Spartan partners, post-game player of the game, Rae Corbo, who was in on a lot of plays tonight, including the game tying free throws, going to the free throw line at the end of regulation. First of all, that's a difficult spot to be put in, but you sank 2 free throws to send us to overtime. Talk a little bit about that comeback. We were down by 19. We had to claw and scratch our way back into it.
It was a tough game. It was really, really tough. It just showed how mentally tough we are and how much we've come from last year. We just had to keep our eyes on the prize. We know that, until the buzzer goes off, the game isn't over. And that's what we did. We just kept fighting, and we just decided that we had to get stops and get scores. Stops and scores was all that we were thinking about.
You played a team-high 42 minutes tonight. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but you made a huge 3 to get the team within 2. And then you came down, got fouled, and went to the free throw line. But in the overtime period, it was interesting because the team just went to you. It didn't seem like we called many plays. We just called the same one, and you really went to the basket and got fouled.
Yeah, at that point, overtime, it was just going to be who was more gritty, who was going to tough it out, who was going to go the extra mile for their team, and that's all I wanted to do was just make sure that whatever I did, it was going to be for my team, for my family, and I just wanted to keep putting the ball in the basket, and that's all I was focused on, just winning the game.
It was a great 2-man game between yourself and Kayla Roberts. What do you all do? How do you feel that rhythm when you're in the game when it's just you all, because you took over? You on the outside, feeding her on the inside, drawing the fouls, getting to the charity stripe. What is it that you're seeing out there?
I just really look for mismatches, or if I think that she can take her girl off the dribble or stuff like that. If she set the screen for me, I'm always going to look for her rolling or picking and popping. But towards the end, I just knew I was going to get to the basket either way, and I was going to get fouled. So that's what I just kept doing. It was working, so that's basically that was my strategy, just keep getting fouled and keep getting to the line.
In a situation where people and you and everybody in the building thought that you were going to go to the basket at the end of the game, you made probably the biggest play, which was a pass to Corinne Lawrence, who had another big game tonight, 10 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, had another 20-point ball game, had 23 points, 2 assists and a steal. Talk a little about that last play.
Well, I basically just knew everybody thought that I was going to shoot, so I knew she was going to be open, or I knew someone was going to be open, whoever it was coming to the basket. And luckily it was her because she was hot tonight, and I trust her making any kind of layup. I trust her to make. So thank God it was Corinne, and she was open. I knew someone was going to be open, so I just had to make the right pass, right decision, right time. So
we go to South Carolina on Saturday. How do we sustain this victory here?
We just have to keep saying that we're never satisfied, and we're just going to keep being hungry and keep going after people and just keep chopping down those trees. We're coming after everybody this year.
Good job. Congratulations, Rae, on the win. At 30 points tonight, another big ball game for you. The Spartans win 76-75. For Rae Corbo and Terrell Dupree, I'm Ross Gordon. You're watching NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade.